If you happen to be hearing these words right now, it's definitely for a reason, because I felt very called to make this video for March 2025. The energy is super intense, and I have a message for you. It's not here to test you, it's here to expose you. And while that may initially sound a little bit not ideal, it's not in the sense of embarrassment or violating a comfortable space. It's about micro exposure, exposing yourself to things. And of course, if you don't really know the energy, then it can be the opposite as well, where you are then feeling exposed to things that you don't necessarily want to be exposed to, or in a way that you don't want to be exposed. And diving right in, right away, I have my very professional coat on today, so you know we mean business. And with that too, if you haven't yet subscribed to the channel, welcome to Activation Vibration. This is a frequency. Make sure you subscribe because videos are coming out, and we're stoked about it. All right, so masks are falling this month, and again, it's not with some dramatic extremity of some, like, there's been trauma in the past. We all know. We've all been through it. We all know it personally. That's what I mean. We are all aware that it exists, and while it is really helpful to learn and grow from, we no longer have to grow and learn in that traumatic way anymore. And that's what I'm saying. It sounds like a scary thing, but it's actually very exciting the way that this is happening. So it's gonna feel very natural the way that this happens. It's kind of just like, you can't pretend anymore. The most draining thing to do is to pretend to be someone else, or to pretend to enjoy a relationship, or to pretend to put on a role or a mask. No longer is it possible. As the masks are falling, it feels very natural. Kind of like the clothes that you used to wear are just too small. You've grown. You need to get new clothes. You're over them anyways. And it's exciting to have a whole new wardrobe. So decisions are just going to be hitting differently this month. There's no more thinking it through, having to take weeks to process something. It's not going to be that kind of elongated, drawn out process to process something. You're going to process and digest it quickly, which is really going to be helpful in this month because you're going to just know the truth instantly. Again, it's going to be very intuitive. And while there's lots of exposure this month, lots of revelations happening, it's going to feel very fitting. It's going to feel very natural, very necessary, and very needed. When something comes up, you'll know it intuitively in your bones in an instant, and you want to follow this wave. You want to ride this wave. Trust that initial hit and trust your intuition, because if you hesitate, life will decide for you. And this isn't even about control. It's about surrendering to the clarity that you've been avoiding. And the same thing is going to be happening with relationships. March is going to be just like stripping the fluff from any relationship. If something or someone, a dynamic, is draining you, it's gonna feel even heavier, to the point where it doesn't even matter how you'll feel guilty from ending it, or how you were benefiting from it, or whatever the role, the relationship, the dynamic was, it won't even matter anymore. It'll be so heavy that you're just like, thank you, yes, and it's time for me to move on. And the good news is, the people who do light you up and do bring you energy, they will feel like oxygen. It will feel like life force frequency. So there's no need for long explanations, having to explain yourself. Once you know the truth, let it be done, and so it is. Have the intention to work a lot with your energy this month, because your energy will introduce you before you speak. It will be felt by others, and others will be reacting more to your energy rather than your words this month. And also pay attention to who leans into your energy and who pulls away, who resonates with it and who's not of the frequency. Okay, a few key things that are happening this month. There are going to be opportunities arising, yet they may appear initially as disruptions. Okay, so this is big. It may appear like, oh, this is just like disrupting, that it's going to be an opportunity. And not just an opportunity to act in a better way, but an opportunity as in like a miracle. A miracle, like something is being gifted to you, you're being rewarded in it. So if things are falling apart, good, let it. March energy does not tolerate stagnation. It doesn't tolerate any hesitation energy. You just gotta go for it. It's kind of an energy like, if you won't jump, then the floor will move beneath you. There will be an earthquake. Jump, move, let it happen. Be the one to take the step Your body's gonna be like a psychic tool for you this month, so pay attention to it. If you feel exhausted, you're most likely resisting a shift. There's something that you're not surrendering to and thus actually blocking yourself from your own energy. If you have a sudden burst of energy, then you have hit a high frequency. So any headaches, any tensions, any cravings, these are not just random things, these are actually messages. So translate them, you know how, you do. I'm predicting money to be flowing in kind of unpredictable this month, so not in predictable streams, but like in surges. It's very abundant. March has a very abundant energy, but it's more so like surges of energy, not necessarily like, okay, scheduled, this is when this is coming in. You're gonna receive abundance, but not in a scheduled way. So it's not even about how hard you're working, it's about how open you are, how much you're allowing yourself to actually receive what's coming through. And the less that you chase it, the faster it will find you. Dreams are going to be data this month, so pay attention to them. They may be very weird, vivid, kind of out of context, but they will be layered with symbols, so don't dismiss them. These are also encrypted messages from your higher self, from your subconscious, and from beyond. So again, pay attention, don't seek for the answer, don't chase it, let it come to you. So 3 psychic things to pay attention to. If you observe these things happening in March, that's how you know you're in alignment. The first one is déjà vu, echoes from the future, or perhaps the past, which again, time is parallel, so everything is one. If you have a moment where you realize, I have experienced this before, or perhaps it was energetic and planned for me and I'm now experiencing it physically. This is a form of confirmation. Another energy to pay attention to is the invisible wall effect, where it feels like you have hit a wall, an invisible wall. Perhaps you can't move or go any further, or something's not coming through. This is a sign for energetic redirection. Go a different route. You are literally being yelled at by angels, so really it's singing, la 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 la, please move, to please shift, energetically redirect, reroute, shift, go a different direction. If the door won't open, stop knocking and go to a different one. Walk down the hallway, perhaps go to a different house. The last thing may be a little far out for people, but if you start to feel this month like you can read people's minds, or perhaps it translates as hearing what is unsaid in conversations, kind of like you are hearing messages in between the lines. It's not about what is said this month, it's about what is unspoken. And if you feel like you can understand and comprehend, internalize something that is not happening necessarily externally, but you know it exists, this is also confirmation. So pay attention to these 3 things. Again, if you experience any of these, you're in alignment. Congratulations. And yeah, March is really an energy that is going to be very stimulating and very activating. It is very surgical, in a sense of not medical, but in the sense of surgical, I guess, because it's like circulating intense frequencies in surges, and really surgical in the sense actually where it's like you are being reconstructed in the most beautiful way. Whatever was wrong, an ailment, needed to be fixed, healed, removed, is being taken care of this month. That's what I mean. It's exposure in maybe slightly uncomfortable ways, but in the most necessary form, in the most necessary way, and it takes care of it. Like, you get something done this month and it's like, okay, now you have 15 years of freedom now because of that specific one thing. It's worth it. It's worth it. Whatever no longer fits will be cut away, but quickly and cleanly. And the healing is fast if you don't fight it. So congratulations in advance to your upgrade. May you receive all the blessings you deserve this month. Also, again, congratulations because you got the tools for this month. This is going to be really helpful, this information. May it plant all the most helpful seeds, most necessary seeds in your subconscious. So you have the wisdom, you have the harvest when it is necessary, when it is bountiful, when it is desired simply. And so it is. Wisdom activated. Infinite blessings. And so it is.